Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Happy Friday, TGIF. Let's see. And of course, it's Saturday morning for some of you. Okay, BZ23, you were here first. Followed by Black Queen, Lydia Washington, Lola Love, Jan Martin. Is that Khadijah Jacobs? Auntie Jane, V. Bram, Yalibi, Indeed, T.T. Carter, Lydia Washington. Yeah, I think I said that right. Lola Love, Compton Caligal, and a host of friends and others. Okay, so I'm just going to go. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I was holding that in. It has been raining all day. And you know what the rain does to me. God, I'm sorry I was holding that in. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for being here. Although I tell you what, it did kind of perk me back up again. But yeah, it has been raining all day. I feel that in my back and this in my hip and my knees and everything. I feel something. Um, Good grief. That rain. Oh man. So, aside from feeling a bit cloudy, uh, or as someone asked Mary Todd Lincoln one day, Mary Todd Lincoln was asked, so aside from everything else, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? But I digress. Anyway, oh man, I should have made some coffee, right? I don't know what I was thinking. Um, okay, snap out of it. Snap out of it. I'm having a bad case of baby boomer. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm having a bad case of baby boomer. Um, where's that energy that I usually have? Uh, yeah, you leave me. I tell you, I've always been an old soul, and now I got the body to go with it. And the what is it? The elasticity of I'm not sure what I could say. A circus tent, a hot air balloon. Yeah. Anyway, I tell you, sometimes I just stand in the mirror naked and I say to myself, you know what? Gravity is a mother. Yes, gravity is a mother. Anyway, that's enough about me. Maybe I should just go and munch on some coffee grinds, which would make sense if I had more teeth. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for being with us. Okay, just missing one more person, and that's, of course, Connie Bomber. But Connie is probably fast asleep, so that's okay. Right. So, anyway, don't forget, you all, it is Black History Month in the United Kingdom. So, in acknowledgement of that, hit it. So there you go. A little barbecue music to celebrate Black History Month in the UK. Is barbecue a big thing over there? You know, here in the US, having a barbecue every like 4th of July, Labor Day, Memorial Day. Well, I would say Memorial Day, Labor Day, not so much. Um, but yeah, having a barbecue, that's a big deal. Okay, so let's get on with it, shall we? Before I lose my mojo. Okay. There we go. All right, so I'm going to move myself out of here. Archewell. There was a little news from Archewell today. Oh, and there's also another photo that has been floating around of the Duchess of Sussex with a well wisher. Also, there's a report from Archewell, plus some other news. I love that photo of Harry looking over his shoulder. Just sassy enough. Just sassy enough. Okay. I have what they call a standing desk, so maybe if I stand up, that will help. That will help. Oh, you know what else would help? I tell you what else would help. I know exactly what else will help. Okay. Mm-hmm. Because as everybody knows, um,
Prince Harry, and Prince Harry should be king. He should be king. Prince Harry, not William. William and all of them in there, Camilla is the wicked witch of the devil himself, because she is part of why Princess Diana is not here. I do not like them. I am from the islands, and we don't need them in the Caribbean. Get lost. Demolish the monarchy. This is 2023, okay? And I will support Harry 100%. I do feel for him. Yes, I do. And everything in the book is the truth. And Charles is the monster, not Harry. Harry's no monster, not Meghan. He's bringing the story out right now. They are evil people. They are not nice. Behind the wall, we all are one human being, and behind that wall there are no difference with me and you and any other Brits. Give the people back the money. They are just welfare recipients living off the taxpayers of the British people, and the British people are stupid supporting that nonsense monarchy. It is nothing. It's just a title. It means nothing, a title. I'm angry at them.
Did you know that my instant coffee maker actually brewed a cup of coffee just that fast? All right, I feel much better now. Just the smell of the coffee has given me a boost. All right, here goes. So, save the date. 66th annual 66 Grammy Award nomination, November 10th, 2023. 66th. Okay, one more time. 66th. 66th. I need more teeth. 66 Grammy Awards. The award actually is on February the 4th, 2024. Again, that's the Grammy Awards is February 4th, 2024. But the nominations, well, that will take place on November the 10th. Get it? The 10th and the 24th. I'm sorry, and the 4th of February. Too many THs. I need more teeth. I'm gonna have to go to that town in Mexico where they can put you a full set of teeth in, like lickety split. Okay, so we can hear the music already. Can you? Well, the Recording Academy, the Grammys, the 66th annual Grammy Award nominees will be revealed on November the 10th, 2023, ahead of the music's biggest night, returns February the 4th, 2024, which will air live on CBS from the Oh my God, is that really a place? The Crypto Com Arena? The Crypto Com Arena. Oh God, is this what the world is coming to? You mean to tell me there is cryptocurrency that has an arena named in their honor? Well, actually, not named in their honor, but they purchased the naming rights. You know, I remember the good old days when it was Wrigley Field, Shea Stadium. They didn't have all, you know what I'm saying? I think some of those older places keep those names, but those were the days. Anyway, and of course, we are hoping and praying and excited even that our Harry will be counted among the honorees that will receive those awards that night. Matter of fact, let me see. Where is that slide for Harry? Was that yesterday or day before yesterday? I thought I had a different slide for that. Merch, 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 merch. Gonna get some merch, 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 merch. Wanna get some merch, 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 merch. Okay. Huh? Nope. 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 Gosh, it almost seems like it was a month ago the Sussex kids were in New York, not just what was it, Tuesday the 10th? Something like that. Seemed like it was much longer ago. Anyway, I don't know what I did with the other slide, but that's okay. I don't really need it. Just wanted it for a little something extra. Uh, don't recall the day. Hello, Jan Martin. Lola Love. Uh, Maybe it was the 9th. Let me see. Was it the 9th? There we go. Nope, 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 nope. Oh well, I don't need it. But the is it Penguin Random whatever books, they put forth Harry's name for the Grammy Award. Now there is a fine history of some very unusual people. Well, should I say not unusual, but not the people that you usually associate with the Grammy Award. I guess I'll just say it. You think Grammy, you think music, right? Well, take a look here. There's Michelle Obama, Grammy Award, spoken word. Did Michelle Obama win 2 Grammys, or was it Barack Obama who won 2 Grammys? Also, Mikhail Gorbachev. It appears he's won a Grammy for the spoken word. Um, Bill Clinton, Jimmy Carter, Hillary Clinton. Yes, these are just some of the people who have written books or their biographies were published. And then, of course, they were able to do the audio version in their own voice. And so it is a within the realm of possibility that someone is lovable and likable. And let us not forget someone who's really got the chops for it. Harry has the voice. Harry has a golden voice. And I think we really don't pay attention to it because, you know, that's Harry. Uh, that's everybody's little brother. That's everybody's adopted son. Harry's everybody's nephew, light skinned Harry, just one of the brothers. And we don't really think about it, but Harry sounds amazing. We found that out from the audio version of Spare. You know what? I was trying to work something out. I was trying to figure out why do I have 2 copies of Spare? I forgot all about that book that you get when you Dr. Mateo, was that his name? I had forgot all about that. I'm just like, why do I have another copy of Spare? And I thought I had bought it for someone and forgot to send it. No, I just had it and I forgot where it came from. was like, why would I do that? Why did I order 2 copies? Well, now I remember. I totally forgot all about that. Hey, Church Nelly. Um, Church Nelly, maybe you can help us out. Black Queen is of the opinion that we should turn off the comments on the what are those short videos because it seems to be a magnet for the crazy people. You know how there's some restaurant chains that always seems to attract people that are a bit eccentric. Well, that seems to be the case for the shorts. I have noticed that. I've actually gone through the shorts on quite a few occasions to get rid of the riffraff. But yeah, it seems to be a magnet. And of course, I use that word that is like waving a cape in front of a bull, Princess Meghan. Anytime I say Princess Meghan, all of a sudden they just start snorting and stumping their feet like a raging bull. They come charging at you, frothing at the mouth, gnashing their teeth like a queen consort. Yeah, they come charging at you, salivating, frothing at the mouth, and um, snorting their nostrils like a queen consort. So I guess it would help. I guess I don't know. Let me think about it. um, it's kind of impactful to the regular people. So I don't know. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for joining us here on Royal Sussex on this rainy night. Oh, if it would just stop raining. Um, I feel heavy. Yeah, I feel heavy. Not the usual heavy. Yeah, so I'm feeling heavier because of the rain. Okay, let me see. I read Spare in 2 days, ended up in the hospital with painful swelling in my eye. And really, it was horrible. Blame Harry. Can that happen from reading so much? Wow. Had no idea. Okay. All right. So, yes, Elaine, actually, I have someone visiting. Well, actually, I just had someone connecting a plane at Heathrow today, and they took a photo. And in the background, I saw those big, wet, juicy clouds just spilling water all over the countryside. But October can be a very rainy month. It really can. So there's nothing more beautiful than a nice, balmy, dry, cool October day. But the flip side of that is the very damp, wet weather. The leaves are starting to turn and they're just like stuck on everything. And oh, well, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful when the sun comes out and the leaves are down. Okay, thank you. And let's move on. All right. I got a chance to hear the always inspiring Meghan Markle speak on World Mental Health Day about this very topic. This metaphor she used really resonated and gives me hope we can find safe solutions for future generations. Dee Poku, founder of We Suit and BWR. So I'm not for certain. I know I haven't heard of that before, but I did find some stuff. Well, take a look there on the left side. Doesn't our Duchess look gorgeous? This just fell in our laps today. That's what I love about one of those occasions when the Sussexes are out and about, when they're, doing their philanthropy or their charity or their humanitarian work. Days later, there is this very slow trickle of photos. So here it says you need to hear the analogy Meghan Markle shared about social media mental health. So this very fortunate lady had a chance to take a photo with the Duchess of Sussex, and it seems as though she was a ticket holder who was able to go to the event. Black Queen says, yes, Baron, it's debilitating. The evil comments are overwhelming and drowning out the good comments. The shorts of all Sussex friendlies are inundated. No more S safe space, and we need that. I know it is exhausting, and some of the and I didn't know that there was that many people that were so hateful. I mean, I know that they're there, but it seems the variety and the frequency of the comments is exhausting. And I have spent like a couple of hours going through um, pretty much all of the shorts since the Invictus Games. The good news is that some of the older shorts, I go back and look, and it seems as though there hasn't been a comment, good or bad, for like a week, 2 weeks. The bad news is anytime you put up a new short, then here comes Lottie Dottie and everybody. And it's just a real mess. So I do agree. It is very painful because some of the comments are so hurtful. They really are loathsome comments. And it's like they don't make much sense. They're not rooted in reality, or it's just the typical um, those two grifters, and she just wants attention. And of course, even if it has nothing to do with Kevin Costner's event, they keep mentioning the microphone. I'm like, don't y'all have anything better to do? Apparently not. So, yeah, I have noticed that is I didn't know that it was happening to the other short I mean on other channels, but wow, okay, I guess it is a bit of a thing. But yeah. And and the thing is, it's almost as though they want us to produce shorts. If you don't produce the shorts, then it seems like the channel doesn't grow, which is not fair, but that seems to be the case, is that uh, most of the growth of the channel, it appears, seems to be tied into how many shorts one produces. So, yeah, that is something to consider. Thank you so much for your super chat. Okay, Thelma Christmas, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Friday and or early Saturday. Thank you very much for your super chat. And Yulibi, thank you so much for the super sticker. And happy Friday to you too. Thank you very much. Okay, let me go. Oh, B. Martin, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, I'm all caught up with the comments, and I'm going to move on. There we go. So, if you're interested in how or should I say what the motivation was for this lady to be there, maybe this will help. Name one of Marie Claire magazine's 50 women changing the world. Dee Poku founded the We Suits with the goal of creating a community that redefines success and how women achieve and experience it on their own terms and in support of each other. Having formerly held senior roles at Paramount Pictures, wow, and Focus Features, Dee pivoted to entrepreneurship when she realized there weren't enough safe spaces and resources for women to accelerate their careers and learn from each other in a way that was constructive rather than competitive. Well, that's got the Duchess of Sussex written all over it. Women helping women, creating safe spaces for women. Or, as I would like to say, a million miles from the institution, right? From the firm. The We Suits is a private membership community for extraordinary women leaders. We help our members strengthen their careers, leverage their personal brands, and access insight and expertise from their peers. So that's how. And by the way, she's beautiful too. But that's another place, a safe space for women to help other women. And of course, as the former Secretary of State, the very late Secretary of State, Madeleine Albright, says, there is a special place in hell for women who don't help other women. Madeleine Albright, love her. So yeah, that's the thing. So and it does seem, sadly, it does seem to be that far too often that when an intelligent, well-informed, um, dare I say, courageous and empowered woman tries to do something extraordinary for all women, there's always the gatekeepers that seem to bring women down, especially when it comes to the feminist women. I didn't realize how much racism there was amongst the feminist women in this world, but there seems to be a lot of that. Um, I could think of one who is a sibling of a former United Kingdom prime minister. There's one right there. She brands herself as a bit of a feminist, yet at the same time, she writes the most disgusting, deplorable things about a woman of color. So there's an example right there where you would think instead of lifting up someone, well, you would think that they would uplift a woman of color, but instead they are there to tear her down. So that is a problem. That is definitely a problem. Okay, so anyway, that is the lady who had a chance to take this photo with the Duchess of Sussex. How nice. And you know, they always, I just looked at that. They always say that Meghan is this tiny little thing. I'm just saying, I just thought about that. Not that it matters, but of course, Meghan is wearing stilettos. But yeah, you can see there's a bit of a height difference there. It makes Meghan look rather tall. Just saying. But anyway, not that that's important, but just kind of caught my eye. But yeah, two beautiful ladies, women of color, there to help and uplift families that have suffered the worst possible nightmare because of social media. Okay, so let's go here. So we kind of left off with this thought yesterday, or at least, well, I'll just go on with heavy hearts. At the Archewell Foundation, with Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, we stand against all active terrorism and brutality. We are supporting our partners and organizations on the front lines in Israel to provide the urgent aid needed and to help all innocent victims of this unconscionable level of human suffering. So I hope that we all had a chance to sleep on that one, because for some people, it did not seem to hit the target. And at least a couple people were disappointed by it. I saw at least one of those in the comments. By the way, MR, thank you so much for the Cash App. I did see that in the comments, and that's why I advise, please read this carefully, and maybe it will yield more understanding over time. But be patient. And so I think that you can consider this part of it, part of what I meant by just be patient. Dear supporters and friends of World Central Kitchen, World Central Kitchen is a non governmental, non political organization committed to providing meals to people in need, regardless of nationality or ethnicity. We are currently positioning teams to provide meals to anyone affected by the escalated violence at this crucial, in Israel, Gaza, and in neighboring countries, should there be a flow of refugees. At this critical juncture, we wish to emphasize our focus remains steadfast on feeding any and all civilians who lack access to food or are hungry and vulnerable. Our team are working tirelessly to ensure our relief efforts are fast, effective, and reach as many people as possible in this time of crisis. The loss and trauma is unfathomable. We believe in the power of food to unite and heal, and we think you should and we thank you for standing with us as we strive to make the world a better place, one meal at a time. Wherever there's a fight, so that hungry people rather may eat, will be there. So again, they are going to do their best to be in place where they're needed. Now, of course, there is, as we know, the fog of war. Um, and whatever language you use to describe these events, whatever geographical name that is used, I don't believe that in any way that statement chooses a side. Deliberately so. It is for people that are in crisis. So I hope that's helpful. In some cases, there's just nothing that you could ever say that will be right. There will always be someone who will find a way to make it something else, not exactly the intentions of the person who has written it, but yeah. So that's really a part of life. I wouldn't expect less, but you always hope for the best. So there you go. To World Central Kitchen, I hope that they're every place that they need to be. It is never too late to make a contribution to World Central Kitchen. And of course, there's the Red Cross, there's the Red Crescent, right? Some countries, some regions, they don't have the Red Cross, they have the Red Crescent. It is names that are very reliable when it comes to getting the aid to the people that are in need. So that is something you may want to consider. None of us that's here right now is likely to go into these areas, but the one thing that some of us are able to do is to use our contributions to help. It is the only way that I know that people who are so far removed from these events can feel some form of participation to be helpful. So consider that. But yeah, and with that, I'm going to move on from this one. So who wins the Royals' biggest sporting rivalry? After Kate thrashed William at netball, how do the competitive couple shape up when they go head to head? The answer is, who gives a rat's behind? Kate versus William, how the competitive Welleses went head to head. All I can say is, what a silly couple, with the world spinning out of control, with all of the things that we have learned just since the mental health day. And what do? They go and play netball. While Will and Kate play games, Harry and Meghan are changing the world. They are literally changing the world. So um, that's a real contrast. It is definitely a contrast, and it doesn't end there. I even pointed out the past couple days, like for instance, here, this is a loving glance, right? In the middle of all of the work that they were doing at the Invictus Games, they didn't forget about each other. What was said in this exchange, I'm not sure I'm old enough to hear it, but they took time to think about each other. Um, October 10th is World Mental Health Day. The overall objective of World Mental Health Day is to raise awareness of mental health issues around the world and to mobilize efforts in support of mental health. The day provides an opportunity for all stakeholders working on mental health issues to talk about their work and what more needs to be done to make mental health care a reality for people worldwide. Sounds pretty simple, right? I mean, it is Mental Health Awareness Day. Well, at least it was. And of course, people with vast resources were called upon, people with know how, people with connections were called upon to help facilitate the event. And of course, the families who have suffered because of the things that were on social media and the reason why they lost their kids, they were there at the invitation of the Archewell. They were there, and Archewell has been working with them via the Zoom calls and such for some time. They have been working with these families. What an honorable thing to do. So the Sussexes found themselves there um, with those families, and you could just tell it was a very emotional thing. And it's amazing how recollections may vary and reactions to very serious life altering events may vary. Like right here, meeting with families on World Mental Health Day. Uh-huh. You have Meghan, who obviously is feeling the very emotionally charged situation. And then there's Kate comes bounding in there and running and smiling and grinning and waving her hands in people's face, getting extension in people's coffee and all that stuff. Just silly, silly to the core. Whereas it was otherwise an occasion for the Sussexes to not only meet with those families, but they even went to a high school earlier that day. And the only thing that one of the derangers could think of was, what is she dressed up for? What is Meghan dressed up for? Rather than focusing on the very uh, good work that the Sussexes were doing that day. I mean, here, look at the contrast. You would think that this was some type of improvisational group, right? Like improv theater. You would think that Kate had just gotten off from work at the office or perhaps kindergarten, wherever she worked. You would think she had just gotten off from work and went to her improv theater group. I mean, she's pulling faces, all of those exaggerated gestures, all of that silliness. Whereas the Duchess of Sussex, poised and elegant, taking a position of leadership, speaking from her heart. As a matter of fact, as the lady said earlier, there was something about that metaphor that Meghan used that really resonated with people, as opposed to Kate with all of those comical gestures and showing off Princess Diana's ring, all of that stuff that she was doing. It was just absolutely silly. I was just, I'm still at a loss for words. I don't understand what was so humorous. I mean, you're supposed to be there to comfort the families, to hear out the families. They said, oh, she's wearing some earrings that belong to a grieving mother. And how does she greet that grieving mother? Like this. I don't get it. It's just so silly beyond words. And of course, it's as they say, night and day, night and day. Someone was there to listen and learn, and someone else was there to put on some type of theatrical event as though they were just doing an improv show. So Prince Harry and Meghan Markle says social media is harming kids and teens' mental health. And what is the contrast? You got these two silly people. Let me know if I'm rubbing it in too much. You got these two silly, grossly ignorant people that are telling jokes. As a matter of fact, it was so crude, I'm almost hesitating to share this soundbite with you because of how vulgar it is. Because of how vulgar it is. But I would be remiss if I didn't. So here goes.
So we have a feature on our show called Access All Apps. We're not expecting you to let us go through your phones. It's unlike, unless you want us to. No? But we'd love to know, what's your most used emojis?
Is this a clean thing or is this a family one?
Oh, come on. It depends what group exactly. It's a family.
I've been told not to say the aubergine, so I've got to pick something else. So
it's the aubergine.
It would have been the aubergine, but I'm saying now because I've got to be a bit more grown up. It's the one with the eyes go up and down and the mouth's out, and you're a bit like,
yes.
What's that one? The crazy. It's like, sort of
Mine's probably got to be the heart with then the crying emoji.
Yeah.
The sort of like hysterical laughing when things have gone wrong.
So we have a feature on our show called
So isn't that something? When they're talking about something silly, you could almost understand Kate when she's talking about something silly. But if it's something to do with, I suppose, the family or hunger or lack of heat or electricity, then all of a sudden she just clams up. So if you don't know, there it is. The aubergine or aubergine, however they say it, that's the what we call the eggplant here in the US. And so there are people who are saying that this was completely made up. It's all fake. Interview question to William and Kate Windsor are pre-agreed with answers pre-written by their communication staff. In other words, this was like some kind of comedy bit. This is World Mental Health Day. They're there on World Mental Health Day. They're supposed to be there to comfort the families or at least encourage awareness of mental health. And what do? They're cracking jokes about eggplants. Let me tell you something, William Wells. We got your number a long time ago, and you don't have to tell jokes to convince us that you don't have to use that pre-written material to convince us that this always comes back to a pulled pork sandwich. We understand it's a pulled pork sandwich. We get you. Gosh, did you just get out of prison or something? We understand. You would think that this is someone who was stuck on a desert island or something, that all they can do is talk about aubergines or eggplants or whatever. We understand. Like I said, it was absolutely vulgar. Absolutely. It was just the worst display. It's Mental Health Awareness Day, and they're cracking jokes. This poorly formatted, very obvious, very likely orchestrated, contrived. How about that word, contrived? It was all so contrived. It's not like this just spontaneously happened. And the way you can tell is because you can understand what Kate said. I mean, did you hear her? I actually understood her. Let me play that again.
Access all apps. We're not expecting you to let us go through your phones. It's unlike, unless you want us to. No? Okay. But we'd love to know, what's your most used emojis?
Is this a clean thing or is this a family one?
Oh, come on.
It depends what group exactly. So
I've been told not to say the aubergine, so I've got to pick something else. So
It's the aubergine.
it would have been the aubergine, but I'm saying now because I've got to be a bit more grown up. It's the one with the eyes go up and down and the mouth's out, and you're a bit like,
Yes.
what's that one? The crazy. It's like sort of
Mine's probably got to be the heart with then the crying emoji.
Yeah.
The sort of like hysterical laughing when things have gone wrong.
So we have a feature in our show called Access All Apps. We're not expecting you to let us go through your phones.
So you could actually hear Kate. Mine happens to be the heart. I mean, gosh, you could tell she rehearsed it. Mine has got to be the heart. I mean, she said that so loud, I'm sure a flock of crows just took off and flew away. Mine has got to be the heart. I was like, gosh. I mean, she said it so loud. You would think that the people were across the street. She was yelling so loud. Mine has got to be the heart. Good Lord, pipe down, lady. I tell you what, when they rehearse something, they get it right, don't they? When they rehearse something, they get it right. And that was so rehearsed. And this is, I promise you all, this is just like that food truck where he made that nasty looking vegan sandwich. This is just like that day they went for pizza and Kate had to carry more pizza boxes. They all looked empty. This is all the same thing. It's made up. There's nothing spontaneous. This is something that is supposed to go on TikTok so people can watch them being vulgar and gross again and again. That's what it's about. There's nothing spontaneous about this. This is playing on people's ignorance. That's what it is. They suppose that people don't know any better. I mean, after all this time, you could barely understand a word that comes out of Kate's mouth, and then all of a sudden, the heart. I mean, that echoed through the streets of wherever they are, London. You could probably still hear it. The heart. Mine has got to be the heart. That was scary. That startled me because I wasn't expecting that voice to come out of her. All amplified. She must be wearing a mic. She has to be wearing a mic because that was way too loud. Nash Singby says, Baron, you're killing me. I am on the floor laughing so hard. Well, I am speaking truth to weirdos. I'm not speaking truth to power. I'm speaking truth to a couple of weirdos. But thank you so much for the super chat. And I'm sure that super chat was from the heart. Mine has got to be from the heart. I mean, she said it so loud, my hair laid back like I was in a wind tunnel. Well, I tell you, they ought to try to rehearse stuff more often because I don't know if it gets any clearer than that. She was clear as a bell. Now, of course, anytime something like this happens, you know, we always reach out to Kensington Palace for comment. And they said,
Obviously, it'd be, I would love to have met her. And she's obviously, she's an inspirational woman to look up to, obviously to this day and, you know, going forward and things. You know, it is, you know, it's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and you know, very inspirational. So yeah, I do.
Yeah, well, okay, that was rehearsed, but um, I guess she's come a long way. I guess I have to give her credit for getting that out because I wouldn't have known if somebody would have played that. I would not have known that that was Kate. I would have thought that was like Ethel Merman or something. You know, somebody loud, Ethel Merman. Uh, uh, I wouldn't have known it was her. Now, if you take a look here, the Daily Mail shared that this was the affectionate look shared between Will and Kate after the ambushing of the elderly Windrush generation at the Black History Month event. Can anyone spot the affection is present? Is one sided, or is it a glare? Well, this was a tweet from one of the squatties, and I kind of don't think that she's looking at him. It kind of seems like she's looking across the street, but you know, she's got a bit of a lazy eye, so it's she's developing a bit of a lazy eye, so sometimes I can't tell which way she's looking. Sometimes I can't tell what she's looking at, but yeah, she's getting a bit of a droopy eye, so I'm not sure if she's looking at him or if she's looking at a hot across the street. Maybe she's looking at a hot across the street. I don't know. Um, but yeah, she's a mess, poor thing. But this is not one of, well, should I say, this is not the first time that they have insisted that there was some exchange of affection or that there was some tender glance. You see, the thing is, the song says when a man loves a woman, he can't keep his mind on nothing else. Well, that's the Sussexes. It's very obvious when they are glancing at each other. Whereas when it comes to the Waleses, the Prince and Princess of Wales, you don't know if they're glancing at each other or some hobo across the street. You just don't know because it's not very clear what's happening. Because um, I don't know. I like I said, I think she has a droopy eye, and it's kind of it's not always clear to whom she's glancing. So, oh, so it's not always clear to whom she's glancing at. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. That's it. I can't tell. Is she glancing at him or is there, I don't know, a heart somewhere? I don't know. So, I don't know. They make up stuff, the Daily Mail. Okay, now let us have a break beat so I can get away from that. Break beat. There we go. This is from 2020, and it just goes to show the commitment of the Sussexes that something like this from 2020 is still topical today and still something that they're involved with. Prince Harry, social media is dividing us. Together we can redesign it rather. Amid a crisis of health, hate, and truth online, companies need to take a stand for a more compassionate digital world, writes Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. A little over 4 weeks ago, my wife and I started calling business leaders, heads of major corporations, and chief marketing officers. What does that say? I can't see it. At brands and organizations we all use in our daily lives. right? Our message was clear. The digital landscape is unwell, and companies like yours have a chance to reconsider your role in funding and supporting online platforms that have contributed to, stoked, or created conditions for a crisis of hate and crisis of health and a crisis of truth. So, obviously, this happened after the Oprah Winfrey interview, but good on Harry and Meghan that they were committed at that time to appeal to some of these corporations. And I won't even name them. I guess you could imagine if there's apps that we're using from day to day, then you know what those apps are. We did this at the same time as the launch of a civil rights and racial justice campaign called Stop Hate for Profit, which sought to change online policies around hate speech, in this case, policies at Facebook, by urging companies that regularly purchase digital ads on the platform to withhold their advertising spending for the month of July. As of the end of last month, the campaign, led by respected organizations such as the Anti Defamation League, Color of Change, and the NAACP, sent 7 billion wait a minute, 7 billion messages through withheld ad dollars. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's $7 billion of ad money that was withheld to help shape the way these companies like Facebook, as he mentioned, the way that they allow certain things. I mean, the algorithm, as much as it gets on my nerves sometimes, the algorithm can work. It can work. That is why sometimes they won't monetize the video because it gets flagged as something that could be in bad taste or dangerous or coercive, anything that is against the very, I guess, policies or tenets of that company. So it's a very useful thing. Like, for instance, foul language. Sometimes your comments in the comments section will not continue because the AI, the artificial intelligence, reads it as threatening or malicious, and it will just pull it, and then I could either manually approve it or not, or I could just delete it if it's something that's improper. So some of those foul comments that you see on the shorts, well, those are the ones that have gotten through. There are some that don't get through because the language is so awful, or it seems like there's an implied threat or something like that. So I screenshot them just to make sure I have it for a record, and then I will flag them, or I will just block that person from Royal Sussex in the future. Um, so when they go through, they try to hide inside the comments, right? Instead of making an original comment, they try to hide among the other comments, and it is upsetting. It is upsetting because this is a safe space. Let's face it, this is a safe space, and there's so many other places that people can go and say everything. I actually drifted. I was on my burner account, and I accidentally drifted into one of the Twitter accounts for, oh my goodness, this person, it was just so um, cruel. It was just cruel. It was crude, ignorant. Um, and as one of the squatties said, if you have to go through all that to try to make Meghan look unattractive, then you are confirming the fact that Meghan is absolutely beautiful. The thing is, I don't ever alter other people's faces. I just put them out there. And as they say, the truth is stranger than fiction. I don't have to alter the appearance of other members of the royal family. I can put them in settings that I think is funny, but I never alter their faces. They have altered themselves. They have altered themselves. I need not do anything. But some of the derangers, they go through a lot of trouble. They go through a lot of trouble to try to make the Sussexes look bad. The Sussexes are beautiful people, and the goodness that they have inside is what glows on the outside of them. And so you do have to go through trouble. You do have to use a lot of smoke and mirrors to try to make them look bad because they're just good people. Michelle Breathwaite, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Oh, by the way, if you want to see this article, it's titled Prince Harry's Social Media is Dividing Us. Together we can redesign it. It's an old article, but still a very interesting read. That was just a couple of paragraphs from the article, just to remind you of the Sussex's commitment that goes back a lot further than Tuesday? Yeah, last Tuesday. The Archewell Foundation Insight Report. Okay, so this is the report that came out today. Please go to the Archewell Foundation page so that you can find this yourself. They have the Archewell page, which is for the Archewell Foundation. Well, that's what it's called, the Archewell Foundation. We should put some traffic through that page, is what I'm trying to say. It is there for anyone who's interested in what the Sussexes are doing. So I think our views should outnumber the British tabloid media. Amen? We should outnumber the tabloids. So please do go and look at the report. It is several pages. It's a very easy read, but it's several pages, like, I don't know, maybe 8 pages. This is the heading, I guess, the heading for it. It says, over the past year, as part of our work to build a better online world, the Archewell Foundation began conducting the first of a series of insight sessions. These insight sessions, intimate, structured discussions with small groups of young people and parents about their perspectives on social media and the future of the digital world, were designed to enrich our understanding of how families are thinking about life in the digital age, inform the strategic priorities and programming of the Archewell Foundation, and document stories to help advance efforts to create safer and more inclusive online spaces in the future. This is the inaugural edition of the Archewell Foundation Insight Report, a seasonal report distilling key takeaways from our conversations. We aim to continue sessions for the foreseeable future on an ongoing basis to capture a global moment where technology is rapidly advancing and society is attempting to both capitalize on the innovations while holding it accountable. We understand that the nature of technology's role in society is complex and want to reflect that in our approach to working to create a better online world, anchored first and foremost by real-world stories from young people and parents. So again, it's a good report. Please check it out. They're being transparent. That's what they're doing. They're being transparent. They're letting you know what they're up to. They're letting you know what the Archewell Foundation has been doing. So here's one of the group settings. The only place to see these photos were actually on that report. So I grabbed a few of them. Some of them you may have seen already, but I'm pretty sure unless you've seen that report, you have not seen this. And it is that very pale hue of black and white. So it doesn't get much better than this. I've actually played with the tone of it, but they have a certain stylistic way that they project things from their website. So I did the best I could so it would be clear and easy to see. So that's one. Here is another. You can see an over shoulder view of Harry on the right and Meghan on the left. Again, if you just look at what she's wearing, then you probably know that you haven't seen these before. I'm wondering if this was in New York, but it seems like maybe not. Who knows? But Harry looks like he's wearing some khakis and a white shirt, and Meghan with a white button down and dark trousers. Kind of hard to say. I always try to place them by what they're wearing, but I have no clue this time. And I don't recognize those other people. So I know the one on the left. Okay, both of these photos are from the visit they made in California, but I believe there was younger people there, and this looks like older people. So yeah, I can't be sure, but I do remember the moment that Meghan wore the black wool sweater or jumper, as some people call it. So I do remember that, and Harry was wearing the long sleeve button-down polo shirt. So those two outfits I remember. So that was obviously at that occasion. So I think you can just say like this: they are doing a lot of work behind the scenes. It's not all in front of the camera. It's not all for show. They're doing a lot of work behind the scenes. So those theatrics, Kate with her handstands and all of the jazz hands and stuff that she was doing, none of that for the Sussexes. It's just getting in there doing the work, not pulling faces, not grinning and grinning and grinning and throwing your hair extensions around. No, it's just good old hard work, old-fashioned hard work. You can see Meghan sitting there with a pen and a legal pad. They are working royals. I don't care what they call it. They are the working royals. The others are dependent upon someone to write their speeches, someone to gather their information, and then when it's time to meet with the groups or the families and such, is just a bunch of clowning around and stupid jokes and vulgarity and silliness. That's all they're capable of. There's no real information exchange. They don't want to know anything. It's all about, let me show you Princess Diana's ring. It's all about hair extensions with that weird muskrat brown color. It has nothing to do with the topic at hand. They don't know anything coming in the door, and they don't care to know anything when they leave. It's just silliness, wall-to-wall nonsense. Okay, did I do it? But I'm serious, though. It's just stupid. Stupid. Not just nonsense. You're talking about eggplants at a day where we're marking the mental health awareness, and you're talking about eggplants. We know how weird you are. We all remember Poland. Black Queen says, Baron, can you see why Lola Love's loyalty badge isn't still 2 months when she states that she has 6 months? Oh, I don't know what I could do about that. Is she logged in? Maybe, but she's not a Patreon. Is she for sure a Royal Sussex? Is she signed in with YouTube or Patreon? Because if she's on a Patreon, it won't work. But YouTube, it does. But yeah, if it shows that she has 6 months, then I couldn't explain why it doesn't work. The only thing I could advise is to just make sure you're logged in and to make sure that your membership is still good. So yeah, I said otherwise I don't know what I could do about the badges. I don't know that there's a fix for that. But thank you for letting me know. Okay. Oh, yes, please. It's only 519 likes. Please hit the like button. And do you all know that we are close? We are very close to 43,000 subscribers. Can you believe that? Let me take a look and see how far away we are. You're so far away. Does anybody stay in one place anymore? It doesn't help to know that you're so far away. Okay, just 155 subscribers away from 43,000. So yeah, we'll probably be there by the end of the week. Yeah, we'll probably be there by the end of the week. All right, let's get on with it then. V. Bram, thank you so much for a 6 months membership. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. And as always, thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, so there's that and that and that. We did all those. Oh, okay. Good news from the world of Nacho Fagares. There appears to be limited edition Nacho sneakers. Yeah. Nacho has his own sneakers. Take a look here. There he is, just chilling. Who knows where that is? Love the room, by the way. You have that sculptural piece of driftwood. You have the knotted pine paneling. Very masculine. Looks like the ultimate family room. And of course, some polo whatever things. Anyway, you get the point. He's lounging. He's wearing those shoes. Now, let's see what they look like close up. Oh, by the way, in the realm of polo and luxury, few names resonates as profoundly as Casa Fagliano and Nacho Fagares. These two giants of the polo world have come together to create a unique collaboration, blending heritage with contemporary style. Their share dedication, that is, to the exhilarating sports, unwavering family values, and an unyielding pursuit of excellence is at its core of this union. And this is what we're talking about. Ah, look at that. Suede and well, it's kind of a classic style. I love the blue. Actually, I love both of those. I love both of those. Those are gorgeous shoes. They are. Yeah. And with the white line around the sole, that is very current. So we're going to have to keep an eye out to see if Harry pops up in a pair of those shoes. But the limited edition sneakers, you have the Hampton Blue. And of course, the limited edition sneakers also come in the Aspen Green. Those are places where rich people hang out. The Hamptons, the east coast of the U.S., that's in New Island, right? New Island. The Hamptons. Is that in Connecticut? Is it? And then, of course, the Aspen Green, as in Aspen, Colorado. Wherever money goes, you can expect to find Nacho wearing those shoes. But yeah, they look nice. I like them. Don't know what the price is, though. But if you want a reference to that name again, Casa Fagliano limited edition sneakers. So Casa, that's house, right? Mi casa, su casa? Yeah. So the House of Fagliano limited edition sneakers. Mi casa, su casa. See? All right. Yeah, V. Bram, I would expect that they may have comped him a pair, huh? Of course, if you want to help the sale of those shoes, just let Harry wear them. Okay. Now, speaking of vulgar, there's Queen Camilla is happiest slobbing in jeans, writes Angela Levin. No wonder it took her a full 12 months to go to, yeah, it took her a full 12 months to get to grips with her famous new, one more time, fabulous new wardrobe. Sorry. Her royal, oh, her royal wardrobe. See what I get for making fun of Barbara Walters? Her royal wardrobe. It took her, it took her 12 months to get a whip on her wabblest new royal wardrobe. That's what I get for making fun of Barbara Walters. Anyway, the point is, it took her a while. The thing is, I told y'all she eats like a savage. She walks like an old truck driver. Of course, it took her a while. How can you take a role like that of the queen consort, one that is about refinement, dignity, the very highest level of being a lady in the realm, and you give it to somebody as tacky and sloppy as Camilla Strand? Come on, what did you expect? I mean, she eats like a savage. She literally tucks into just about anything that doesn't eat her first, and you have the nerves to expect her to somehow overnight become the ultimate lady, the ultimate woman, respectable and elegant and demure. Not this old broad. Matter of fact, you know, they had a television show called This Old House. I think that they should have a reality show called This Old Broad, right? You know how they had used to fix up the house? Maybe they could fix up this old broad. Right? Um, I used to watch it. It was on PBS. It was called This Old House. I think I just had a plan for a new television show. I'm going to try to run that past the network and see if they'll take it on. I'm just going to go in there with my what do you call that, storyboard, and what do you and you know, all the stuff I need. I got a plan, and I'm gonna call it This Old Broad, and that's where you comb the countryside and you find these old fossilized women that have seen better days. Home wreckers, of course. You got to have home wreckers. We don't want them to be too sympathetic. So you find this old fossilized home wrecker, and you bring in experts, a real glam squad, and we're going to name the show This Old Broad. Let's see. Nasty says, Church Nelly, do you know how much those shoes are selling for? Oh, that's for Church Nelly. Well, thank you for the super chat. That's for you, Church Nelly. I didn't actually look at the price, but I'm sure it's affordable, right? Reasonable. I mean, how much could they possibly cost? Lady T says, Baron, just say put some clothes on it. Yeah, put some clothes on it. Put some real clothes on it. Well, they tried that in Paris. And also, if they really want to encapsulate the spirit of the the dignity of the station, then they really should not let her eat in public, because she just tucks into things without a care as to whether or not people are watching. She gets stuff all over her clothes. She gets things on other people's clothes. I mean, could you imagine her going to like Red Lobster and cracking open those crab shells. I mean, they give you a little tool for that, but yeah, I couldn't imagine her like at a lobster house or some crab shack. I mean, she would totally make a mockery of it. So yeah, that if I was the courtiers, I would steer clear of public engagements where they allow her to eat like some overindulged hillbilly. So and my apologies to the royalists that of course don't see these people the way I see them. I do apologize in advance because I understand how important the members of the royal family are to you. Even this savage, I understand. So it's all in fun. And of course, what about the jumpsuits? I would also keep her out of jumpsuits. This this is a mess. Um yeah. You don't know if she's getting ready for bed or she's about to jump out of a aircraft. That looks like something you wear when you're skydiving. You know, something that will, I guess, kind of break your fall. You know how those skydivers, their clothes are billowing in the air. That looks like something a skydiver would wear. So it's really disappointing because after 70 years of the Queen, um, you know, the Queen, not this Queen, but the Queen, after 70 years of Elizabeth Windsor, suddenly you bring in this individual with all of her common traits. It's a real disappointment. It's a real disappointment. I don't know why they took her to Paris. That was embarrassing. I'm sure the Parisians didn't know what to think of it. But yeah, she just not very ladylike, not at all. Oh, and don't give her fish and chips. Good Lord, don't give her fish and chips. She just literally tilts her head back like a Peds dispenser and just drop the food in. It's just not good. It's not good. It's not the example that one wants to set for one of the oldest royal families in Europe. I mean, the British monarchy goes back 1,000 years, and what a terrible way to have a setback than to let someone like this, someone who eats like a savage, to infiltrate the family and embarrass them like that. I'm disappointed. Okay. Uh, Camilla crowned Independent's most influential woman of the year 2023. The Independent news group had the nerves, or whoever owns the Independent, they had the nerves to call her the woman of the year. The woman who's been rained on, rode hard, and put up wet, and they called her the woman of the year. What is the criteria? What is it that they, well, never mind. I don't get it. I don't get it. Somebody who's been breaking up families since 1981 and you make her the woman of the year? It does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so anyway, let's leave that savage alone. The earrings are the children's birthstones. That's why they don't match. Gorgeous. Well, thank you to the squatty who wrote that in the comments, and you know who you are. Thank you so much for that. So that's why they don't match. I had no clue. They're the children's birthstones. So I guess it's a combination of all of their birthstones, right? Right. So I didn't research it because it seemed like a lot of trouble, but I suppose that's true then. Thank you so much. I had no idea. Thank you for that information. So that's the children's birthstones. All right. Thank you. Um, This was from one of the squatties who thought that Royal Sussex was a bit over the top, I suppose. Um, I think it's a squatty. As someone who watched the Royal Sussex, I suppose, yesterday, and they said, "Be serious, stop." So from here on out, for the benefit of this one person, nobody else, but this one anonymous person who has taken exception to the way that I have conducted myself on this uh, podcast, this YouTube videos and lives and such. For the sake of this one person, I will definitely not be serious, and I definitely won't stop. So I'll see you tomorrow. And thank you to the moderator who was thoughtful enough to remove that from the comment section, as it may prove to be offensive to um, Royal Sussex or me. But I'm not offended. I thought it was funny. I saw that. Be serious. Stop. Oh, whoever wrote that, I bet you they were seething, right? Oh, I bet they were just so upset. Be serious. Stop. I wonder exactly what was said or done at the time when they wrote that. I mean, it is dripping of disdain, isn't it? It drips of disdain. Be serious. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Like I said, I'll see you tomorrow. Um, the thing is, I don't know any other way to do it. I don't want to do it any other way. It's if it's not fun, then I don't want to be bothered. It's got to be fun. It's got to be informative. It's got to check quite a few boxes. If it doesn't, then what's the point? Yes, sometimes things are a bit much, but that's part of it. That's how we grow. That's how we evolve. That's Royal Sussex. Yeah, so don't take yourself so serious. Just enjoy. We don't hate anybody here. We do have fun at the expense of some of the other royals, especially that savage in the blue jumpsuit. Of course we do. Um, oh, let me see which one. Wessex or Cornwall? The Duchess of Cornwall. Why didn't I think about that months ago or a year ago? The Duchess of Cornwall. That's a good one. I didn't think about that. All this time I could have been calling Camilla the Duchess of Cornwall. Damn, I hate when I miss stuff like that. Anyway, you all, I promise you, I won't be serious and I won't stop. Okay? I'll take it by ear. But anyway, all of us are here because of Meghan and Harry. Meghan and Harry met and they took a shine to each other instantly. And ever since then, they have helped a lot of people. And because of them, the Sussex Squad community has likewise helped a lot of people. How much money have we raised so far? Has it been like about $2 million over the years? But for some people that are not very serious, we do some incredible things in the Sussex Squad. And there's so many quality Sussex friendly spaces that you can go to. As always, I invite you all to go and check out some of those other spaces. If you choose to be here with us on Royal Sussex, I really appreciate it. But mine should not be the only voice that you're listening to. So if there's a topic that is serious, then you can always check out some other places. There's some good channels out there, channels I watch myself. We tackle the serious and we also tackle some fun topics, but either way, we'll get there. All right. So don't take yourself so serious, right? Stop. Um, and I know sometimes that there's a language barrier, and perhaps the humor doesn't really resonate for people who don't have English as the first language, or people who, I don't know, might think it's not that funny to begin with. It could be a language barrier. It could just be some really bad jokes. Uh, it could be both. But whatever it is or isn't, there is a variety of content creators out there that happen to support the Sussexes. So check them out. Check them out. And if you decide to come back, we'll be here. Right? Right. All right. And so with that, you all, I think I am done. Am I? Yes. Let me leave you with a last word for today. You don't have to carry the weight of other people's expectation. How timely is that, huh? You don't have to carry the weight of other people's expectations. Yeah. Let that sink in. You don't have to carry the weight of other people's expectations. So, thank you all very much. As usual, thank you, moderators, for keeping this a safe space, for picking out those nasty comments from the shorts, one after the other. Let me see. Yeah. All right. So, with everything going on in the world, we need some humor. Thank you, Jessica Foreman. I agree. And Andrew Bodie, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Friday to you. Good night, VS Speaks Royally. Sama Khan, good night. Church Nelly, good night. Good night, Elaine Parker, or good morning. Thank you so much for staying up with us. Oh, and Connie Balmer. Whenever Connie Balmer watches this on the replay, she'll know we were thinking about her. All right. Big Mama's here. Hey, Big Mama. Leslie F. Hi. Okay. Oh, and still no word from the Lady Sussex. I hope everything is okay. I hope everything is okay, or she's feeling okay, or yeah, I just hope she's okay. We missed the Lady Sussex. I was getting used to those Sunday mornings. Right? I was getting used to those Sunday mornings. Good night, Carolyn Till. You all don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. Please hit that like button. It doesn't cost you a thing to hit the like button. All right. And let us not forget our queens. Our Queen Doria and our Queen Diana. Yes, 1960. I saw them pose for a photo together, and they did look amazing. Between the two of them, they have like brought $1 billion into the economy, right? Not a billion, 2 billion, right? Didn't both of them like get or surpass $1 billion with their concert series? That is amazing. I think Taylor Swift made most of her money domestically, and I think a big portion of Beyonce's comes from overseas. So, but they have both had $1 billion summer each. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to do a list of the Sussex channels again. It needs to be updated because there's some new people online and we don't want to forget about them. But do check out some of those other channels. All right, so same thing as last night. All of a sudden, I am I'm slowly losing energy again. I was sitting here drinking this coffee and somehow I woke up, but now I'm starting to slip again. Oh, the rain. Why does it have to rain? I know that the trees and the flowers and the plants need all of the water and nutrients, but it is a real downer. I'm so tired. So tired. I just feel heavy. Let's see. Good night, Lydia Washington, Church Nellie, Sonia Johnson, Angela Simone, Maggie Howe. Good night. Andrew Bodie. Good night. 1960. Good night. John Jenkins, Black Queen. Good night. Lola Love, Joy Amore. All right, so I am going to cue the Ginger Avenger, and I will see you all tomorrow. Oh boy, I'm tired. I gotta. Well, I'm gonna take me a nap. Why fight it, right? Something about them rainy days. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always gets me down. What I got they used to call the blues. Or is it what I got is better if I have a shot of booze? Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always gets me down. Yeah, I love that one, Black Queen. Love that picture. I would love to see her with her hair actually that color, with that kind of what do you call it? Like maroon, not maroon, but burgundy, little burgundy wrench in it like that. That would be amazing. Of course, having such a public life, she's not likely to do that. Which, you got to admit, even if you don't like the Duchess of Sussex, you got to admit that the Sussexes have maintained the dignity of their role, their position. They have maintained the dignity. They haven't put a foot wrong. And if people want to insist doing an interview or writing a book is somehow not very ladylike or gentlemanly, then I have to remind you that none of that stuff is new with that family. Charles even has a biography about his childhood and how uptight his parents were, how aloof his mother was, greeting him with a handshake at 6 years old, right? So all of that, all of that is the reason why I say they don't do anything wrong. They don't do anything wrong. Cat Harlem, thank you for 13 months membership. I don't expect that the Sussexes are going to enter into any promotions or trade or something like that. Um, it's not impossible, but for now, I don't think so. And that's why it bothered people. The motorcade in New York, it does bolster their prestige to have that type of protection, right? Like royal protection, for them to have a fleet of SUVs and police cars to guide them through the streets of New York. Well, when you visit New York, it's not unusual to see that because of the United Nations, but um, there were people standing around like, oh, that's Meghan Markle. I like that. I want them to have that consideration whenever they deem it necessary. And they deserve it because they are the most influential couple in the world. They're world leaders. Let me see. Baron, do you have a pic of Harry with first gentleman? Doug Inhofe? I do not. I do not. I don't believe I do. If I've ever shared one before, let me know, but I don't suspect I have one. I can't even conceive of where they would have ever crossed paths. Huh, the first gentleman. Nope, I do not. I'm pretty sure about that. But thank you so much for the super chat. And Cat Harlem says, I'm late. I'll have to catch up the rewatch. Baron, have you considered doing a show with Anne, Duchess of Success? Yes, as a matter of fact, I know she's mentioned it a few times, but my schedule is so all over the place. I would hate to commit and then I'm not, in a fixed position to do it. So yeah, I'm as you know, I'm kind of all over the place. So if we could ever like I guess it would have to be something spontaneous like it was last time. That would work out better for me instead of like a firm commitment. That would work out better. Um yeah. That's part of my creative nature is that sometimes I'm up at all hours of the night and then sometimes I'm not. So, but yeah, I wouldn't not, I wouldn't, but that would be fun. It would be a lot of fun actually. I'm just trying to figure out how that would work. I guess I would have to get in touch with her about that. But, um, and we did have fun the other night. It's just the audio was so bad. And I'm like I'm very weird about that. I like the audio to be as good as possible. Yeah. Um, so yeah, we'll have to try to make that happen. But thank you so much for the super chat. Like New Year's when we're on for hours, that would be so much fun, right? Take some of the pressure off of me for sure. What pressure is me talking 3 hours? That's like a walk in the park, isn't it? Listen to me take off some of the pressure. What pressure? It's easier to figure out when I'm not talking than when I am talking. Uh, let's see. Black Queen says, Baron, they were seen together, I believe, in New York. Really? Recently? I'll see if I can find that. I didn't know that they were ever seen together. That's interesting. Let's see. Doug Inhofe and Prince Harry. Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see anything with the two of them. And for the life of me, I could not imagine where they would have ever crossed paths. But I will definitely try to find it. Was that recent? Did you see like someone share that recently? Because I'd actually like to see that. Hmm, very interesting. Yep, I don't see anything that resembles that. Oh wow, there goes that outfit the girl wore to the inauguration. Remember that plaid with the beads on the shoulders? That was a good look for her. Wearing that kind of what do you call her? Friday type of look. Friday Adams. That's a good look for her. Oh, okay. There's a link. Let's see. Thank you, Black Queen. And Dale, thank you for the super sticker. Okay, you sent a link. Let me take a look here. God, it's humid in here. I'm so hot. Hmm. Wow, I didn't see that. Oh, this is from an hour ago. Okay. Okay, this is from an hour ago. All right, I'll share that right now. Let me see. Tuesday, in a photo with them is also Surgeon General Vivek Murthy, who did a okay. Wow, he's kind of short too. Well, at least he's not as tall as Harry. At least I don't think so. But yeah, let me make it do what it do. Wow, Harry and Meghan look nice here. They look very nice. They look blessed. They look very blessed. Um, Edie, thank you so much for the super sticker. That almost snuck past me there. Thank you very much. All right, so I have the photo. Yeah, that is new. It says here, this link anyway, it says it's only been out for like an hour. Go figure. Let me take that away. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, incoming. Ha! There you go. There you go. And you know, this is like one of the few quality top to bottom views of Meghan in that outfit and Harry in his suit. Otherwise, they were all either at a very weird angle or cut off. But this is as close as to having both of them standing side by side, not walking across the stage. Wow, that looks good. That looks really, really good. Wow. And the first gentleman, Doug Emhoff. Wow. Very, very cool. Andrew Bodie says, can't wait to see you and Ann together. Make sure you announce before so we can watch live, please. And thank you. Andrew, I will do my best to notify or to give you a heads up. So that means that I would have to commit to be in play. That's no pressure. That's no pressure. That means I might have to wake up early or stay up late or something. But yeah, we could make that happen. I mean, I'm an adult. That's not impossible. but I'm gonna try. And thank you so much for the super chat. Uh, y'all know I have been in my pajamas ever since the start of the global pandemic. I have spent more time in my pajamas than Hugh Hefner, but um, I remember how organized and meticulous and I had a job one time where I would work double shifts and I would literally sleep a couple of hours and then get up and go right back out again because of the long commute that I had. Oh my goodness. I don't know how I did that, but I would just sleep for like 2 hours and then I was up and out the door. Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. So nobody could ever say that I don't know the value of hard work. Uh but okay, so thank you, Black Queen, for the heads up. I could not find it via the Google, and thank you, Lydia, for the link. Otherwise, I'd have never noticed it. That is so cool. I love this. It is my new favorite thing. Let me see if I can look at this close up. There you go. So great. It's so cool to see them um, in these types of settings. It really warms my heart to see them in these types of settings. Knowing everything that they've been through, it is so cool to see them like this. I am in awe. I am in awe. All righty then. So I'm going to say goodnight to you all and thank you very much. And I will see you all tomorrow.